Hello everyone, welcome to UI5Con 2024. You can't see that, but as a moderator it's pretty easy to remember the title because we have big balloons over there here in the Audimax. Also a warm welcome to people dialed in remotely, so we have a live stream here. The comment section is enabled, so feel free to share where you are dialed in from, your location. Also if you have questions, I can bring that to the stage in the Q&A after the talk. I am here with Nico Schönteich. He's already ready to go, and you are here to hear about Easy UI5 Project Generator 2.0. Nico focuses on web development technologies and studied psychology, and therefore developer experience is close to his heart. So please welcome, give a round of applause for Nico.
Alrighty. Thanks everyone, and hi. So my name is Nico. I'm a developer advocate at SAP. I work on UI5, all things BTP, and also on CAP a little bit. So I'm really enjoying the week here so far. I want to talk about the Easy UI5 generator today, and we've heard it quite a few times already. So in case you don't know it, it's a generator for all things UI5. And Easy UI5 is really a wrapper for other sub-generators. So with Easy UI5, you can create new apps, projects, libraries, and other things as well. And one of the most widely used sub-generators within Easy UI5 is the project generator. So I want to take a moment and thank everyone in the UI5 community for contributing to Easy UI5, but also to all the other projects in the UI5 community. So most prominently, especially with the Easy UI5 generator, that's Peter, Marius back in the day, also Marian and all the other folks. So yeah, maybe we give all contributors to the open source community a big round of applause. I think that's well earned. And I'm really in awe of a lot of folks here in the audience. So yeah, we're all in this together. We're here to learn and yeah, move forward together. So, yep, that's me. That's my profile page. Let me check my notes. By the way, first time ever in like 5 years, I think, I did physical notes on a piece of paper because I don't want you guys to see those. Anyway, so I worked on the Easy UI5 project generator for the past couple of months, and I really took the time and rewrote it extensively, and the project generator within Easy UI5 is really the one that should be able to generate a project. So not just an app, but a project which is a little bigger, so you could have multiple apps or UI modules inside that project. And maybe by a quick show of hands, who has used the Easy UI5 project generator, let's say in the past year or so? All right, cool. That's good to know. I think that was more than half the audience. So you probably run into some errors or weird conflicts, and there was a problem with the linting and multiple things. So one day I said, all right, that's it. I'm going to give it a shot and re-implement it and clean things up a little bit. And as you can see here at the top, I was able to split the code base in half. As we heard yesterday, less code is better, like less code, less bugs, hopefully, I hope. The tests are green, so we'll see. Testing, by the way, a big topic. Woo! All right, so yeah, this is really a living document. This pull request right here, it's still a draft. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get it over the finish line ahead of UI5Con because of all the reviewers I put in were probably busy preparing their own talks, which makes sense. So we didn't quite get it over the finish line, but that gives all of you the opportunity to contribute, to check it out, to give feedback, to say, hey, you did this wrong, that wrong, you should improve this or that. So really see this as a living document, and I invite everyone to participate, not only with this pull request, but within the UI5 community in general. All right. So I'll start with a few benefits of the new version, and I will show everything in action as well. But the main thing that we changed, or that I changed really, is previously we had the namespace and then the app as sort of the project root, right? And now we introduced a new instance in between. Now we have the namespace and the project name as the project root, and then we have multiple apps inside that project. we're following this monorepo approach using NPM workspaces. We've heard it quite a few times already today. I don't know if it's a trend, but it's definitely moving in that direction. It just makes managing dependencies and all that so much easier. So we're following this path with this version here right now as well. Then we have the benefit and feature, whatever, we now can instantly deploy our projects with all the UI modules inside straight out of the box. We manage the dependencies centrally. So previously we had some templates coming from here, some templates coming from there, and then we had outdated versions and you couldn't quite tell where does this dependency come from, how do I update it, and things like that. So now we manage the dependency centrally in a central file, and we can guarantee that all apps generated with the generator have those dependencies. And probably most importantly, we now use the same templates as the generators in the Business Application Studio. So if you are using the Fiori tools in the Business Application Studio and you create new UI5 applications in there, you're essentially using the same templates as the Easy UI5 project generator. You could say one is a UI version and one is a CLI version to more or less achieve the same thing. So I think that's a good thing. And then we also nested the VDI5 generator as part of the project generator as well. So when you run the project generator as part of Easy UI5, you will have VDI5 out of the box. And then there's some benefits in regards to coding and maintainability. So I tried to clean things up, keep the same structure, and use helper functions whenever possible, so we reduce redundancies and things like that. But I think it's time to really dig into it and see what it's all about. So if you're a NeoVim user, let's talk after this talk. And I'm not going to comment on that any further, but there we go. Thanks, Helmut. All right, so first of all, I'm going to create a new project using the old generator. So as this pull request isn't merged yet, I can just run Yo Easy UI5 project, and that will use the older version. Because this takes some time, I'll trigger the new version as well on the left. So let's see. See, the new version is faster. No, that's just because it's local. Doesn't have anything to do with that. Oh, hit the GitHub API limit. All right, anyway, I'll proceed with the new version for now. That's the one I wanted to show anyway. So the old version would have more or less the same prompts, like what's your project name, what's your namespace, what kind of, where do you want to deploy your app to, like BTP, work zone, whatever. And the new version just more or less the same, but the old version would run into some conflicts, and also the build would, the install, npm install would fail because it runs a lint after that, and it's using an old ESLint ignore, which is deprecated, and blah, blah, blah. I've talked about the problems before, so I'll just kill that for now. And we'll run the new generator, so my namespace is whatever, my project is whatever, but now you can see I have a third question. So now I have an app inside that project, which is my UI5 app. I will not use the Fiori Elements FPM for now. We can do that later, depending on the timing. I'll use the app router. Why not? Open UI5. I will create a new directory, git, yes, and it's creating this new project. And now running the install. And you can see here it's creating a new project. And then it's creating a new UI module inside that project. And actually at the top here, we can check that out. So I have my namespace dot my project name as the root, and we do have a package.json at root level. Oh, here we do have a package.json at root level, and that is really only taking care of the things that are meant to be root, like the MBT build and all that. It doesn't really care about the UI module inside. It doesn't even have to be a UI5 app. It could be any Node.js app inside. This is really just running the build, but it's pointing to the My UI5 app as in form of this workspace. So let's see, the install is finished. So I do have a node modules directory at project root, but the My UI5 app itself doesn't have one. So we have a shared node modules folder, which obviously reduces the size and complexity of the app. So this is real nice. I'll just cd into the directory, and then run npm run start my UI5 app from the project root. So this is executing the npm start. So this is it. And I actually do have a little piece of content I wanted to put in here. So let's put an illustrated message in here. So that's nice, that works, but that's pretty straightforward, right? But now I will do an npm run build and then run an npm run deploy after that, just to show you that the build and deploy actually works out of the box. And this is, I've logged into Cloud Foundry before, and this is now building the thing and pushing it to Cloud Foundry. And then let's use this one. So now the project generator is not only for generating the initial project, but its superpower is really the other sub-generators inside that. So we do have a generator to create a new custom control, to create an FPM page if we're using the flexible programming model. We have a sub-generator to create a new data model, to create a new UI module. Why don't we do that? So we cd into this thing. So now I run yo UI5 project UI module. So now it should just give me one question for the name of the new thing. So it's my UI5 app 2. All right, cool. And it's picking up the same config for all the other prompts that I had before. So now I should have 2 apps in here, right? And now why don't we just go ahead and create a new model, a new data model in this new app, because the new model sub-generator actually has a quite neat feature as well. So I will just run UI5 project model. And now this should ask me, for which UI module would you like to create the new model? Because I'm at the project root. Remember, I'm using the monorepo approach, so I have multiple UI apps in there. If I was in the my UI5 app directory or my UI5 app 2, it wouldn't ask that question, but now it does. So let's create a new model for the second app. It's the default model, so just an empty string. And then, yeah, it's OData v4. The URL of the service is, I think I have it somewhere here. Here it is. So I'm just using a bookshop OData v4 service I have deployed somewhere. And now it's asking the question, do you want to set up a proxy for the new model? So I do want to set up a proxy. That's quite nice. I mean, I could see the data straight out of the box. And now it's having a conflict and asking me, do you really want to overwrite your manifest.json? So this is the way how conflicts should work, because I have generated an app and I have files generated, and now it's asking, oh, are you sure you really want to overwrite it? Yes, of course I do. And I also want to overwrite the UI5 YAML. And if we now run, oh no, why don't we, I think I have a snippet prepared. Here it is. So let's go in here and replace the concept with a simple list. So let's start the second app. And it should hopefully show us a list of all the available books. There we go. So this works straight out of the box with the proxying and all that. So just to see what that looks like, it set up a proxy. It's using the Fury Tools proxy. Remember, we're talking about using the same things, don't reinvent the wheel. So it's using the Fury Tools proxy to forward all requests that hit /browse to the service here. And by the way, let's check the deployed thing. So this is correct, actually, because if we go to my UI5 app, we see the first app that we created and that we deployed, right? So the deployment with the app router and all that worked straight out of the box. Okay, cool. So what does the time say? Okay, we got 5 minutes left. So why don't we create a new project using the flexible programming model? So I'll run a new project generator, my UI6 project. Does anyone else do that when they? So now I do want to enable the Fiori Elements flexible programmer. Of course, I want to use TypeScript. I want the tools, the app to be visible for the Fiori tools. Let's use a static web server for now. Blah blah blah. So now it's asking me, because with the Fiori Elements, obviously you want a data source, right? You need an OData service for this thing to work. So let's create or use the same service as before. Let's have a list report as our main page. We want to use the books entity. And now, this is sort of that's the thing I didn't like, or I don't like. It's now having conflicts, even though I haven't even created the project. But that's because we use the external templates from the Fiori tools, blah, blah, blah. Some technical depth to that. But yeah, we have that created. So let's kill that, by the way. Let's see. So let's, what is it, my UI6? No, dang it, my UI6 project. Go one level up, yep. Oh, I nested it. Oh, I messed up. Oh, let's see if that works. It should work. We'll see. Let's see how robust this thing is. npm run start my UI5 app. So this is a mono repo now. Anyway, we should see a list report now. All right, I don't think I will figure that out live here on stage, but all right, too bad. I'll look into that. But we should see a list report now, and we should also, with the FPM sub generator, we should be able to then create a custom page as part, or a custom, like an object page, or a custom page as sort of the navigation target when you click on a book and things like that. I think it's probably the nesting that messed things up here a little bit. But yeah, anyway, this is really all that I have prepared. It's a short slot, so as I said, I invite everyone to check it out, to provide feedback. There's also a couple of things missing here, like the testing. So like the testing of the generated applications. The project generator itself is being tested thoroughly, so that should all be fine. But I'm really looking forward to Simon's talk later about the tests. So yeah, as I said, this is a living document. I invite everyone to contribute, to check it out, and to also keep using the EasyUI5 generator in the future. So thanks everyone for tuning in.
Time for questions. Don't be shy, although this is recorded. Nico, I wonder, how does the roadmap look like?
The what?
Maybe
Sorry?
you can share the roadmap.
The roadmap,
for the project generator.
So I got a lot of inspiration from the other talks here yesterday and today as well. So I'm thinking about maybe creating a cap sub generator as part of this project generator, because we have this monorepo thing now. So we could, instead of adding a new UI module, we could add a server module. But this is just an idea that I have. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea, maybe not. Maybe that shouldn't be the scope of this, I don't know. But with the CDS plugin UI5, we have great means of just starting the CAP server and having the UI modules just magically appear on the CAP homepage, sort of. And then the UI5 linter was very prominent in the keynote this morning, so I've checked it out, and all the apps generated with this generator obviously are all fine. Like the UI5 linter doesn't complain, so we could add that as well. So those are two items I could think of for the roadmap, and obviously fixing whatever went wrong here on stage.
We could ask for wishes if there is no question. Oh, we have a wish or a question. A wish.
I know there's also a generator for custom control. Does it also, or will it support web components as a custom control?
Yeah, that's a good idea. To be honest, I have to dig into the things that Peter showed, and with the native, consumption of whatever web components you have in your XML view and things like that. So I can't comment on whether that's easily achievable and how far the project is, but that's definitely a good idea, and I will check it out and see if I can make it work or when we can make it work and how we do that. But it's a fantastic idea.
Especially since web components are now first-class citizens.
Exactly.
So any custom control which is no prior web component available.
Right. We could also think about a sub generator to just pull in other web component libraries. Right, I think you had to do the install, and then with the XML namespace, you had to do the special syntax with the import and things like that. We could, have a small sub generator that does that as well. So yeah, definitely a great idea.
Okay, cool.
One more question. Can you just tell us again what that awesome editor was?
Yeah, it was VS Code, DJ. All right, if you can think of any question later, I'll be around, so just ping me on LinkedIn, or thanks. Oh, I forgot one thing. So I'm a vlogger since 2 days, so I have to do like a video selfie with all of you. So if you could all just...
Do you want people to stand up or
Nah, just wave and be happy. All right, let's go. No, we're on camera. Shoot. There we go. All right. Hi, everyone. Just wave. Thanks. That's all I needed. Thanks.
Thank you, Nico. By the way, do you have a finish slide so people
Oh, yeah, my only slide.
Can contact you?
There it is.
Yes.
So please provide feedback.
And probably some of you know how to create an SAP email address out of a surname and a name.
Dang
so
it. Forgot
it's
that.
easy
yeah,
if you need.
It's Nikolai, actually. So,
so here you can also rate the session, so leave a little comment for Nico. And we have a very, very short break, so it's only 8 minutes until the next slot, which is get your project ready for UI5 2.x using UI5 literature with Javor Ivanov and Thorsten Hochreuter. So have a quick break and be back in time at 3:30. Thank you.